Alrighty, what's up 8th grade? So it's been a while since we've had a video. We've been kind of working on the same thing for a while. We've been working on this first form, the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Which is this one over here. But we're going to start a new one. ax plus by equals c. This is called standard form. And you aren't going to ever see these letters a, b, or c in there. That's just kind of holding the places. So you're going to see something that looks more like this. All right, 2x plus 3y equals 6. And this doesn't have a slope. Well, it does, but you can't find it by looking at the equation. It doesn't have a y-intercept. So what we do is something different. What we're going to do is just find 2 points on this line. And then all you have to do is graph the 2 points and connect the dots, okay? So it's a little bit different. And the way we do that is we use what's called an XY chart. And all I'm going to do is put a number in for x and find the y. Now the easiest way to do this is just put 0 in for x, okay? And what does that mean? Well, that means I'm actually going to take a 0 and put it here. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this equation, but instead of the x, I'm going to put a 0 in there. So I have 2 times 0 plus 3y equals 6. So I just rewrote the equation, but instead of that x, I put a 0 in. Now we're going to solve it. You guys know how to solve equations, right? This is an easy one. 2 times 0 is what? It's 0, right? It's nothing. So what happens is this just goes away. And I end up with this simple equation. Divide by 3. And I get y equals 2. So what this means is that whenever x is 0, y is 2. And this is my first point, 0, 2, on my line. All right, so this is a little different, I know. So we're going to put a 0 in for y and solve the equation. You might want to hit pause and copy all that down. Yeah, hit pause and make sure you write this stuff down so you get used to it, okay? So now I'm putting a 0 here in for y and I'm going to solve it. So I have 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6, right? So we know 3 times 0 is nothing. 0, so that's gone. So this is all gone. All I have left is 2x equals 6. Because the 3 times 0 just wipes itself out. I divide by 2. And I get x equals 3. X is 3 when y is 0. Okay? So here's my other point. Now I just graph the 2 points. So I pull up a coordinate plane. My 2 points were 0, 2 and 3, 0, right? So sideways 0 up 2, sideways 0 up 2, sideways 3 up 0. There's my 2 points. Connect the dots. We got our line, okay? So a little bit different than the linear equations. These are called linear equations. They make lines, right? So let's look at one that's a little bit more challenging. A little more challenging one. So step 1 is still make your XY chart. And we're going to put a 0 in for x and solve it, right? Just like we did before. So that means I'm putting the 0 here, right? So negative 2 times 0 plus 4y equals negative 8. Negative 2 times 0, once again, that's going to wipe out and go away. It turns into 0, right? So we don't need it. So all I have left is 4y equals negative 8. Divide by 4. Should have drew my line. And I get y equals negative 2. So 0, negative 2. There's my first point, right? Now we need another point. I'm going to put a 0 in for y. And the reason we put the zeros in is because it erases a whole lot of the equation and makes our life easier. So now I'm putting the 0 here in for y, right? See, y is 0. Okay, so negative 2x plus 4 times 0 equals negative 8. Well, what's 4 times 0? It's nothing, right? So that's gone. All that's left is negative 2x equals negative 8. Divide by negative 2. And I get x equals 4. There's my other point, 4, 0. Graph the 2 points, play connect the dots, and you have your line. Okay? So a little different than what we've been doing. A lot different, actually. But we're still making a line. We're just doing it with 2 points and play connect the dots. Okay? Are there more points on the line than 2? Yeah, there's tons of points on these lines. But the ones with the zeros in them are the easiest ones to find. I could put other numbers in here besides 0, but it just makes the work way harder. It's a lot more work to solve the equation. All right, so we're going to stick with just putting zeros in there and solving. All right? And that's it. We're not even going to try to graph it because we don't have graph paper. So all I need you to come up with is your 2 points, is this. All right? And you can do your math off to the side. And we're going to turn it in with a picture, not a discussion on these, okay? So, a little tricky. Take some practice. You may need to watch the video again and write these down as you do them. Write down everything I wrote down. And take some notes, and like we did last year. And it'll make your life easier, all right? But yeah, this is new stuff. And then we're going to start talking about what happens when we have 2 equations and 2 lines and finding the point where the lines cross. And that's called systems of equations, and that's what we really need to get to soon. So things are going to get harder pretty quick. So I'll make sure you're caught up. Wednesday is going to be a catch-up day. But do today's assignment, do your best, and have a great Tuesday, guys. Thursday, sorry. Today's a Thursday.